So this is not a necessity type video. This is just something I like to do to create different drums that I can use as a drum kit in Koala. So what I did was I took, let me turn these off. Basically, I'm using two koalas, right? This koala has the original samples, which sound like this. It's just a live drum kit is what it is, with two kicks, a snare and a rim, two hats, open hat, and then this is a crash, right? So we're gonna save this as basic live drum kit. Save. Save it in the Koala Songs, move it there, done. All right, so now we have this, so we don't have to worry about it. Should be there. All right, so in Koala, we know there are some effects that you can use, and they're pretty good, and they work, but sometimes you want other effects, or you want the kit to sound a different way, and maybe you like something better than something else, whatever the case may be. And here they are. And you'll see I have like a little reverb on right now just to help the drums, bring some life to the drums. Okay, but they're not beefy. They don't have any punch. They don't. There's no character really to them. They're just a basic drum set. So what I like to do is add in some punch on drums, which is FAC transit, punch on drums, setting, right? And now it sounds like this. So it beefs it up a little bit. And then you have choices, whether I call this more like the character portion of it. That's the beef. Here's the character. I made a setting in here. It's called My SP404. But you can see there's factory settings. You can start with that if you want to give some character to it. This is my choice of what I use. There's the MPC 60 vibe, the 404, the 1200, the 8-bit. And then I forgot what this one is. For some reason, my brain is not thinking of it. But anyway, so there you have it. And then you have your wet, dry, your in and out. So I'm just showing you that that's what I chose to use. You could, in theory, use Tone Booster's Bit Juggler and create the bit portion of how you want it to be. I actually like this plugin a lot for this. I think it sounds... it's good, it works, and it gives you that character you need. So if you put just this one in, the SP, you see how it just changes, it gives it some character now to the drums. So then let's add in this on a 12-bit. Okay, so that gives it a little more character. Then I added in the haze, which I use haze a lot, but this time I'm just using a instrument drum 1, so it gives the drums a little width. And then what I did was I added another koala in, and the reason why is because now I want to record into this koala. So what I did was I turned on the headphones so you could hear, you could see it coming through. Hold on a second, let me move. Let's see, for space-wise, remember we're on an iPad mini, so I'm gonna have to make that a little bit smaller. And make this one a little bit smaller. Just so you can see it. See how it's coming through here? So I'm recording from this koala into this koala to make this kit. Now, if you just use Koala, you just resample within Koala and you're good. You don't have to worry about that. But if you're using effects outside, that's the whole purpose of this, is to show you that I'm using the effects outside to create a new drum kit. So what I did was I took my time and went through each one, kicks, first, snare, rim, so on and so forth. And then I created this. I'm going to turn off this. Okay, created this. So here's the one shot of all the samples that I just created, pushed through the effects into here. Then if you touch tools and hit auto chop, and hopefully this will work. It's kind of acting weird, but I had no problem with it earlier. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's taking that long to do, but if you go auto chop, and I'll just tell you what it is in case it decides not to act right. The only thing I'm doing is just putting up, transient marks to show where I'm going to chop. And I'm just chopping at the beginning of the sample and each sample, so on and so forth. So that's pretty easy. You can even do this by hand. You don't have to use the auto chop, but the auto chop's pretty quick. Then you can set them up as one shots in there too, which works good. All right, so since that crashed for whatever reason, let's reload this one. And then I actually have already thankfully done this, so I don't have to worry about it. You'll see I named it Live Drum Kit SP404. So open that up. I'm going to remove that one off just to see if that helps. So again, hit that Tools Auto Chop. Okay, and then now here's the samples. If you want to adjust them further, do what you got to do. But that's the point. So that's the point is now, this is more just for doing this that I set this up. Again, now you can go out of this if you want. So just hit save, right? Save the session. And then leave out. Then go into Koala. And I opened up the session here. There's a little bit of, so you might go in and crop those little ends off. This sample didn't come out the way I like it. But here it is. This is the sample. No, that's not the sample. It's the second kick right here, I believe. Or is it the first one? No, that's the first one. Okay. So it's this kick. So I don't know why that one came out that awful on the chop. It must have cut some of it off. So to fix that, I'm going to do that. Drop this down. And then I'm just going to manually edit that sample in. I'm not sure if that was done during auto chop, but you want to zoom in and make sure that you don't lose any of the kick. There you go. Hit crop. I think that's what it was. It cut some of the kick off. There we go. Now it works. That was weird. Sorry about that. But at least you can see in live how it works sometimes. All right. I'm keeping this because if I ever want to use it again, I can just send this one sample to wherever. But now I have all the kicks. You can turn on your, I use the off grid, but for right now, for purposes on this video, I'm not, because I can't show you the off grid in the thing. Now you can go in and do whatever you want to do as far as playing your notes and put a little velocity. So there you go. So now you just basically gave your drum some character and a little punch, right? And you can build beats from just that, keep it. You could put your drums, let's say on the D channel or D bank. That way when you put your samples on A, it doesn't interfere, and use this as a template. Let's say you want to make a template. This is the template, right? You just say this is going to be the template, but I'm going to put these on that one, and then basically every time I open this up as the template for those drums, then I just add samples on A, B, C, whatever I want to do, and there you have it. It's up to you. That's a workflow thing. I mean, I'm just showing you basically how to make these, give your kicks some variation, so it's just not sound the same all the time, the same kicks. Some people don't like this kind of stuff. They just want to buy a kick from somebody else's pack and just make music and be done. But if you want to kind of do something different with it, this is an option that you have. And again, you can always turn a little reverb on, put a little more dirt from here. There's all these effects. If you want a little filter for whatever reason, you put on your so you see what I'm saying? You can use it, add some more to it, put more dirt. Compression. It's up to you. I'm gonna go File, Save, and that's it. So there you have it. Just a way to give your drums some different character, and you don't have to go buy a bunch of plugins to do it. Technically, you can do it within Koala. There's all kinds of tricks to beef up the sound. I'll just show you one thing I'll do sometimes with kicks. So let's say this kick didn't have anything on it, or it wasn't, deep enough for me. I'll just duplicate a copy by just move one up. Now you have two copies, the same kick, but on this kick, I'll turn the tone all the way down. So it's bassier, right? Then I'll, just for reasons of if I mess up, I don't want to lose it, I'll make another kick, which is the same. And then I'll add this kick over onto it and then hit the mix. Now it's deeper, but it's not deep enough. So I'll add another one. It's the same tone. I didn't change anything. Add it, mix that. So you can do that in Koala to beef up the kicks. So you don't have to go get the FAC Transit. You can stack kicks and use the tone to make it work. And you see how it mixed the kick, which is really the way that I tend to do it most of the time. I just beef them up right in here. But I thought it would be cool to use the other apps that I have in AUM to give you some other variations of what you could do with them. Because some of those apps are really good. And depending on what program you're in, if you're not in Koala doing it, it could be more challenging to mix the kicks, right? So this is just a way you could do that and make a drum kit. Just a different idea to try. All right, that's the end of this video. Hope you have a good one. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Hopefully this helped you to some degree to see how you could do different things with your drums. And I mean, seriously, you could have one drum set and just change that one drum set all the time and add to it, take away, and give it some character right here in Koala. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.